Oh man, Microsoft, you gotta work on this. Okay, due to technical difficulties, this was exported as a PDF, so some of the animations aren't quite working. This is the art slide. I kind of worked on the art a little bit. These hands were done in Photopea, which is a free version of Photoshop, and they're inspired by Photovoid, which is a beautiful game.
So we had a little bit of growing pains. So when we initially built the game, it was just one level, and I was like, I want to expand this. That was a lot harder than I thought. I was like, oh, I'll just put a couple levels. You'll kind of jump around in them. And then I went and we worked on the level select menu, which that took a little bit, and it took a while to get it up and running. The level designs was also a really big part of the game because we wanted to slowly ramp up the difficulty. So when we only had one level, it just kind of dumped you in. It was like, hey, you can do this. And when I had people playtest it the first time, they didn't know what to do. So we went through and we made more levels and we tried to make it more and more complicated as you got through it, as you slowly got your hands on how this game moves and how it can operate. So the gameplay, this was the main focus of our development time. We wanted to make sure it felt really good to just move around. So the movement, the grapple, the shotgun, and then the bugs, because Lucas had the idea to make your health bar the timer at the top of your screen. So we had to put a way in to kind of incentivize the player to go even faster, which was the bugs. And as you go through, you will get more and more time.
I would also like to mention something. We built in a combo system because we noticed as you were playing, it kind of sucked to be on the floor, and that's something that I feel like is kind of common in a lot of games. And when you hit the ground, it kills your combo, and that is also to incentivize you using the different movement systems that we have set up, like the grapple, shotgun, wall. And that's exemplified right here. And yeah.
And then as you use your move combo, the max speed you can go increases. So the more you chain your moves together, you can keep scaling it infinitely as long as you don't touch the floor.
This is the analytics because I feel like it's pretty cool to see what happens after a game is published. I think for itch, I feel like we could have gotten more if we put in browser compatibility. Unfortunately, it just wasn't working out the way we had Unity. With all this in mind, keep in mind that I already had 13 followers before publishing. We did not publish with itch.io tags, which in retrospect was probably a little detrimental. And we had 2.56 CTR, so click-through rate with this thumbnail. A little higher quality, obviously, but yeah, I just figured something put out. And thank you. Shameless plugs.
Thank you.
On the left side.
So gameplay, like the game holistically was a lot of fun. Like it was so themed with everything in it. The level select, I was like, oh, like chef's kiss, like given the theme of the game. My major critique is I didn't feel like it was super thematically driven, even though the name of the game was Mask, but they didn't really show itself up in the story or the gameplay. But yeah, there's so much work there that was really impressive. I'll probably show Kevin really difficult. I think this is probably the first game where I was like, man, I would kill for a checkpoint right now because I kept resetting to the beginning of that level that has the jump at the beginning. But yeah, I don't know, just great work overall. Very fun.
That plus, yeah, again, plus one to the UI and the level select stuff. I just was like, oh my gosh, I love it. I love the theming with the web, with the operating system and all that kind of stuff. if I'm remembering correctly, I think you guys also had some really great like settings in there as well. Like, you had like a lot of options, if I'm remembering correctly.
So we had a menu that displayed your keybinds, and then we had one where you could change your the sensitivity.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I think having the keybinds and everything was great, like being able to kind of like play around with that stuff. Because again, like kind of like that accessibility sort of stuff, like letting people make it more playable for themselves, like that helped me quite a bit. What other folks have with the difficulty, but the difficulty for me actually came in the visuals. So because there's a lot of pattern and quick movement, I got a really like migraine and kind of like motion sickness, like for me personally. Like I'm not saying that, you know, that just everybody has different kind of like feels for that kind of movement. So that's definitely like a thing to sort of like play test and keep an eye on with that pixel art and that legibility, because you have so much patterning and such like big blocks of kind of repeating color that can sort of trigger that for some folks. Oh, I also loved the little bits of writing that you guys had. There's a lot of really, really great personality and just overall vibe of this thing. I really liked it.
Yeah, I totally agree. My only thing with the menus, because I love the menus, my only thing is anytime there's handwritten text, it can get really hard to read, especially if you have eye problems like me. So if that had been like typed out, that would have been just absolute perfection to me. And again, love the dialogue as well and the text, like actual content of it. I also like the floor is lava as like a mechanic, like that's really fun. It's quite literally what it is. Yeah, it's great.